Welcome back, kids. Today I'm making the August kit of the month, our maker kit from Cutting It Close. This will be the Maze kit. It'll be available until the end of August. It just consists of a piece of BamX, an 1/8" sheet of acrylic, a little bag of screws, and the little steely ball that's going to go in the maze. And they even send a Surf Prep very fine sanding pad. So that's a nice touch. So anyway, without further ado, let's get over to VCarve Pro. I'm going to show you how to set it up, then we're going to make this thing. Alright, I'm in VCarve Pro. This is what you'll get in the email whenever you buy the Maze kit from Cutting It Close. And this is just like the Eagle flag was. He's got everything listed in here step by step. All your vectors here are separated out for you. And this one should be a little bit simpler, I think, than the Eagle flag was. Oh, let me send that back where it was. All right, so this is what it looks like when you first open it up. And up here are your tool settings. And I've had a revelation about these tools too that I'll share with you. But anyway, we're going to use an 1/8" O flute and a 1/4" down cut end mill, just a regular down cut end mill. That's the only two bits we'll need for this project. So the step one is to cut the acrylic with a 1/4" O flute. The first toolpath, we're drilling holes in the acrylic, and we're drilling to 0.125. Well, and we look on here, let's open up that particular toolpath, which I should have already did. All right, he's already got the cut depth in here. There's the 1/8" end mill. And in the Eagle flag, the way I did it is fine. And if I was using my ATC, I would need to change that generic 1/8" end mill to whatever I have in my Masso tool database, so that my ATC would work. But since I'm not using the ATC, I can get by with just calling it an 1/8" end mill, just a generic end mill. And I'll just load up my 1/8" Cutting It Close O flute. So I mentioned that last time, and it is necessary to change it if you have an ATC. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about that. So we're just going to leave that the same. I'm not changing anything. And here are the feed rate and plunge and all that stuff that you need to know about how to run these bits. So let's just start with step one here. It says drill holes in the acrylic. So he's even got these tool paths separated. So you just click on the holes there. And like I showed you in the last video, come over here to your alignment tool and just click align to center or align to material, and boom, puts it right there in the center. And as long as you do that every time as you go through these steps, that way you know 100% that it is absolutely in the center of your workpiece. You're not going to have any problems at all. So we've got that, and this is just a drilling tool path, which I have used these before. I don't know if I ever used one in a video or not, though. But this is just, I'll let you take a second to look at this here, see how that's set up. So if we just calculate that, we're going to reset, and then we're just going to preview that tool path. All it does is put those 8 holes there. And really what we're doing basically is just drilling through the acrylic sheet. So then the next step is, after we've got the acrylic sheet, the holes drilled, then Ryan suggests that and screw this acrylic down to the wasteboard using those holes and the screws that are included with the kit. That way, when you run this next step, which is the profile cut on the outside, you won't have to use like tabs or anything. You can, because you're going to be secured from the inside of this piece of acrylic. And I'll show you that. Let me move it over here to the center where it's going to be, right there. And then you can see this is an outside tool path, so you're not going to have to worry about hitting your screws that are in those holes. It'll go right around them there. But it's just little things like that. Watch his video as well before you do this, just in case I miss something. So, or we're just going to say we got that done. So I'm just going to Control Z, send that back. Control Z, send the screw holes back. And then we'll just proceed on down here to step 2. Toolpath 3 is the clear out pocket for the acrylic cover. That is going to be with the 1/4 inch down end mill. It's going to be 1.155 deep. So let me get out of this profile pass here. And we'll just go here to the number 3. Toolpath number 3. Your depth is already set to 155. Everything is just done for you. There's the end mill, the 1/4 inch end mill. Again, I don't need to change that because I'm not using my ATC. If you are using your ATC, you will have to change that to a bit that you have in your Masso tool database. And also, of course, your VCarve tool database. So we will just go back to our alignment here. I've highlighted that the acrylic there. So we'll just go over here, align to material, and it just popped it right in the center over there if I could find it. There we are. And what did it say we had to do here? Clear out pocket, 155 depth. So all we're doing is just pocketing this out. So let's just run that tool path just to see what it does, calculate. And then we will run just that tool path. So here we go. We've just pocketed that out, and I'm going to put the drill holes back on there so we can see where those are. Oh, no, we can't see those because this pocket is deeper than the drill holes were, because we were not drilling necessarily into the BamX here. We were drilling through the acrylic. So my mistake there. Sorry about that. Go back to 2D. Then we're going to do the maze trenches. That should be fun. This also, of course, will be a 1/4 inch down cut end mill right here. So this is going to be a pocket cut. So let me just click on those, go back over here to my alignment, center material, and right there it is. And that we will run it right there just like that. And 1/4 inch, the depth is 0.45. He's already got that set for you. Calculate. All right, and I'm just going to run this particular path. So there we go. There is our maze. It's almost a 1/2 inch deep. That's pretty cool. All right, and then the next thing will be the inside pocket handle. So we'll find those right quick down here. So this is them. We'll use both of these. Just they're not grouped. So just when you click on one and then hold shift, click the other, then come over here. I'll back it off so you can see. And it's just going to pop them right in there. Boom, just like that. I should have, let me do a Control Z, bring those back. Then I'll Control Z and put this back in here. Or back in here, yeah. All right. So then we'd cut the handles. Then the last thing is the profile cut of this vector here. The outside, it'd be an outside vector, an outside profile cut. Do that. Then all you have to do is put the acrylic on the top, put the screws in, and start playing. Well, put the little steely ball in there, of course. But anyway, so let's get this thing going. I'm going to move over to the Masso and the CNC, and we're going to start making some man glitter. And yes, it is man glitter this time because we're back to wood. This is actually bamboo. This BamX is made of bamboo. I believe it's all bamboo. If I'm wrong on that, I'll correct that during editing. One. All right, first thing I got to do is find the center of my acrylic here. Gonna go corner to corner. there it is. Let's get it on the wasteboard. One. All right, cavemen, if you haven't already done so, this is a perfect time to give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can kind of elevate your caveman status by subscribing right now. Like now. I had to turn my clamps upside down because the stuff's so thin. 8-inch. Alright, set my XYZ. Quick note here. I know this is the second cutting it close video that I've made in a row, but I want you to know that I have other content coming up next, and I'm back to my normal sign making. So if y'all are not enjoying this, just be patient. We're going to get back to the other stuff. But if you are enjoying it, thank you, and let me know below. Give me a comment down there. Let me know if you like these things or not. Excuse me. All right, we're ready to drill some holes. All right, got the tool path loaded up in the Masso. F2, rewind, cycle start. Now I got to put some screws in these holes, and then we'll cut the profile around it. Okay, as you can see, my holes are directly over my two T-tracks. So instead of moving this, I'm just going to put 2 screws in it. I'm going to leave my clamps because that profile is going to cut real close to the outside of those holes there. So I don't think I'm going to get into my clamps. But really what these 2 screws will do is just hold it in place so I don't have to put tabs on it. So let me get those screws in there. We'll run this thing. All right, I got my 2 screws in there. And just to be safe, to make sure I'm right about where this profile is going to cut, I am going to run a dry run. And all you have to do is go to your MDI, hit dry run, go to work origin. Then I'll drop the Z down. Okay. And then at this point, all I have to do is rewind, cycle start, and it's going to just run a dry run. So yeah, that's going to be plenty far enough away from those clamps. All right, I'm going to stop that. Feed hold. And I'm just going to hit rewind, rewind. Get out of dry run mode, exit out of that. Go back to my work origin. Rewind again. And cycle start, and we're fixing to cut it out this time. Boy, I tell you what, these old flute bits do not mess around. The way those things eject those chips is just amazing. And in the previous video, I was running them faster feed, and you could just see that rooster tail of chips coming out behind it, and I thought that was so cool. go. Got her done. All right, time to take that off, and then we're gonna put our BamX up there. All right. Positive it cut all the way through. Oh yeah. Looks like just a little bit of paper holding it there on the back. So I'm gonna cut that loose. Ryan says do not remove the paper from the acrylic yet. That'll be one of the last things we do. So there we go. Got that cut out. Get that BamX up there. All right, I got my center mark there on my BamX. I'm gonna let you get a close-up look at this stuff. It's just a 3-layer plywood. The outer 2 layers, the dark layers, are what is called engineered bamboo, but the core here is solid bamboo. It ought to hold up very well. All right, I'm gonna get my number 3 toolpath loaded up. Let's go to work. All right, I already got my X and Y set. It's clamped down good. Load up my number 3 toolpath, which is the clear out pocket on the maze. This will be the pocket for the acrylic. Load that. Over here. Go to work origin. Rewind. Cycle start. Let's make some bamboo man glitter. By the way, this is the 1/4 inch downtown Jenny. Before we load up that other toolpath, I forgot. This is when you're supposed to check and make sure that your acrylic fits in the pocket that we just cut out. So, and this is one of the reasons why we leave the paper on it, at least until this point. Look at that, perfect. And you just lift up one corner of the paper and that'll help you get it back out of the pocket. But that was a perfect fit. Awesome. All right, now we can get back to work. All right, we'll load up the new pocket for the maze, which is number 4, load. And there we go. Go to F2, go to work origin. Let me think, am I supposed to re-zero on these? We'll stop for a minute, go watch Ryan's video again, see how he handled this. You see the issue, I don't know if I just keep my Z the same, or do I need to reset it on that bottom of that pocket? I'll be right back. All right, I went back and watched his video, that section there, and he recommended there was 2 ways to do it, but I'm just going to go with this one. He said do the start depth at 0.15, since that's how deep we cut that pocket for the acrylic, and then just set the cut depth to 0.3. So that'll give us our 0.45 total cut depth that it's supposed to be. So back to the CNC. All right, let's run this maze. Rewind, cycle start. brackets and cut the handles out. This is toolpath number 6, the profile outside maze final cut. Rewind, cycle start. Kind of rough on the back, but that's to be expected because it was a down cut bit. Do a little sanding. I want y'all to look at how clean that 1/4 inch downtown Jenny cut that. If y'all ain't never tried a Jenny bit, this right here is proof that you need to. Don't get no better than that. I gotta put some oil on this thing, put the acrylic on top, screw it down, and we'll be finished. All right, I got it cleaned up, sanded, and it's ready for my very first time ever using mineral oil. So, believe it or not, I've never made a cutting board or anything that needed mineral oil. So this is a first for me. I didn't even have a pan or anything big enough to let it soak in, so I had to kind of make something here. And I'm going to let this soak overnight. That may be too much, I don't know. But I've seen folks dip cutting boards completely submerged in mineral oil, so I bet I'm not hurting anything here. About 9 o'clock at night. I'll come back out here in a couple hours and recoat it if I need to. But that's it. I'm gonna let this set for a while. Come back out after a while and mess with it, and then in the morning I'll take a look at it and see what I need to do then. All right, here it is. My oil has dried up. I left this in the oil for about 2 hours last night, and I took it out and wiped it off, but didn't clean it up by any means, and I just let the oil set on it all night. And then this morning I come out here and wiped it off some more, and then took it outside and let it set in the sun for a little while, about 3 hours, and it pretty well soaked up all that oil that was on there, and it feels good. It doesn't feel oily anymore. But now the only thing I have left to do is put the plexiglass on here, and I can't forget my little steely ball, but I'll go ahead and put it in there. Put this on there, and Ryan said to pre-drill the holes, and I totally agree with that, and I understand that. So I'm just going to drill some holes. This is a 5/64 inch drill bit, just in case you're curious. screws put in there. See how that goes. I may have to drill that down a little deeper. I'm not sure right now. All right, now I'm ready. I got my screws started in here. I'm not gonna get them tight with this drill. I'll get them close. I don't want to break that acrylic. And there, I almost went too tight. And there we go. The completed maze. How about that? I figure, since my oldest granddaughter is only 4.5, she probably ain't gonna have the patience for this yet, but I think one day she should appreciate it. I'm gonna laser my logo on the back of it and hope it turns out to be an heirloom kind of thing. So anyway, this is it. I'm real happy with how it turned out. The color is beautiful. Y'all, I have a link to this kit that's available through the end of August. It's linked down below in the description. Y'all go get this. I mean, it's only like 25, 26 bucks. And look how nice it looks. Very well worth it. And no problem at all to make either. So y'all check him out, Cutting It Close. He got all kinds of stuff. Use my affiliate link plus my discount code of MitchWood10, and yeah, save 10% on whatever he's got, color, cord, and the whole 9 yards. So that's it for this one. I'll see y'all on the next video.